Hello, Ospreys. Welcome to our remote edition of Inside Swoop in 90. I'm Megan Gugliaro. We're here on location at the baseball grounds of Jacksonville for today's Business Person Special. The Jumbo Shrimp are hosting the Norfolk Tides with the first pitch at 12:05. So come on out to the ballpark and take a break from the workday. Now on to the news. First up, the Department of Justice sues Arizona for a new voting law. On Tuesday, the state was sued over a law requiring additional proof of citizenship for people who register with a federal form. According to AP, the Justice Department believes the law is in direct conflict with a 1993 federal registration law and violates the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Next, advocates for immigrants are heading to New Orleans to try and save an Obama-era program. Today, arguments on the Texas ruling to end Obama's Deferred Action for Children arrivals, also known as DACA, starts in a federal court of appeals. Though this isn't the first time the program has been challenged. President Trump attempted to end DACA, but a Supreme Court decision ruled in favor of the program. Finally, an auction for a 76-million-year-old dinosaur begins in New York. The Sotheby's Natural History Auction will feature the skeleton of a Gorgosaurus on July 28th. According to AP, the dinosaur, which was similar to a T-Rex, was an apex predator that lived in what is now the western U.S. and Canada. The fine arts company estimates that the fossil will sell for around $5 to $8 million. Well, that's it for this on-location edition of Inside Swoop in 90. Don't forget the Business Person Special and bring the kids to the ballpark for the Wet Ones Day as well. It's game day and water play day, and it all begins around noon. I'm Megan Gugliaro, and I'll see you next time.
Hello, Ospreys. Welcome to our remote edition of Inside Swoop in 90. I am Michael Keogh here on location at the baseball ground of Jacksonville for today's Business Person Special. The Jumbo Shrimp are hosting the Norfolk Tides with the first pitch at 12:05, so come out to the ballpark and take a break from the workday. With that being said, welcome to this edition of Inside Swoop in 90. And up first, the tropical storm I talked about yesterday, its name was Bonnie. It is now Hurricane Bonnie, and Bonnie has strengthened while moving roughly parallel to Mexico's Pacific coast on Monday after crossing over Central America from the Caribbean and dropping heavy rains, contributing to 2 deaths. Forecasters said that they are expected the hurricane, now a Category 2 storm, to pose no threat to land as it's headed generally westward, further to the Pacific. The 2 people that were killed in separate events were related to flooding. Nicaragua's army said in a statement that it was said that the 40-year-old Alberto Flores Lendero died trying to cross the swollen Mati River in Suwan, and Juan Carlos Alman, age 38, died trying to help passengers from a bus that fell into the Ali Bento River in the same area. But what does today look like? And today it looks like it is sunny with the high in 94 and a low in 76 with a mostly clear afternoon and getting a bit cloudier later in the evening. As per usual, the rain, if there will be any, will be sometime after noon and be less than ½ an inch of precipitation. Taking a look at our radar, though, we can see that there are some clouds just all over the place from directions, but most of them are moving westwards. And besides those few clouds, it looks pretty clear. Like, it looks clear out here for us besides the few clouds, like I said. Moving on to our week weather, Thursday is looking cloudy, but not as cloudy as the rest of the week. Every day this week, almost, is above 90 degrees Fahrenheit. For the rainy days, they're all about the same, running around 50% precipitation. I hope you all can hear me still. The coldest day so far this week is Monday, and the hottest day will be either Friday or Saturday. But with so much humidity, it's starting to feel a lot hotter. Like right now, it's like only 85 degrees out, but it feels like 96 or 97. So just keep that in mind. Well, that is it for this edition of Inside Swoop in 90. Don't forget Business Person Special and bring the kids to the ballpark for the Wet Wednesday. It is game day, this water play day, and it all begins around noon, around 12. So I'm Michael Keogh, and I will see you next time.
Hello, Ospreys. Welcome to our remote edition of Inside Swoop in 90. I'm Felicity Timbrink, and we're here on location at the baseball ground of Jacksonville for today's Business Person Special. The Jumbo Shrimp are hosting the Norfolk Tides with the first pitch at 12:05. So coming out to the ballpark, take a break from the work week. Now on to the news. First, an update on the 4th of July mass shooting. Person of interest, now turned suspect Robert E. Crimo III, was charged Tuesday with 7 counts of murder after firing off more than 70 rounds in Highland Park, Illinois. Lake County Major Crime Task Force states that Crimo used a rifle he bought legally, and the shooting was planned. State Attorney Eric Reinhart states that if convicted, he will face a life sentence without parole. Next, the FDA issued an administrative stay Tuesday on the order it issued last month for vaping company Juul to pull its electronic cigarettes from the market. The FDA states that on Twitter, they will stay temporarily suspended the marketing denial order while it conducts further review by a federal appeals court. Now it is on hold while the court reviews the case. Finally, Wisconsin Supreme Court is set to decide Wednesday whether a sex trafficking victim accused of homicide can argue at trial to show their crime was directly related to their trafficking. The center of this case is on Crystal Kaiser, facing multiple charges of arson and first-degree intentional murder. The defense argument is that under a 2008 state law, sex trafficking victims are absolved of any offenses resulted from being trafficked. However, the state argument is that it cannot extend to homicide. Well, Ospreys, that's it for this on location of Inside Swoop in 90. Don't forget the Business Person Special and bring the kids out to the ballpark for Wet Wednesday. It's game day and water play day, and it all begins around noon. I'm Felicity Timbrink, and I'll see you next time.